What's up, everybody? Welcome to Just Because Gaming. My name is Michael,
And I'm Ray.
and thank you for joining us. Before we get into it, please like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to grow our subscriber base and really get out there in front of everybody and grow our audience. So, with that being said, let's jump into it.
So at GDC this year, we've had Xbox talking about, multiple different things. They've brought out the fact that they're going to call it it's codenamed the Helix right now and all. But recently they mentioned gaming Copilot. So they're trying to bring, like everybody's afraid of, AI into gaming. Now this will be kind of like your gaming assistant, your wingman in there. So if you have questions on how to beat a level or a boss in a game you're playing, you can ask Copilot to, how do I beat this? Or what pieces do I need to craft something in, say, I don't know, Minecraft or something like that. And it can give you that information. It seems like they did something like that once before, didn't they, Mike? Where you had like when it would kind of do the, not quite a split screen, but it would kind of do like the third of the screen over here and it like bring up true achievements and give you guides and stuff like that. Maybe that was
Yeah,
on
actually,
the 1X, was it? Or before this system or?
so you can actually still do that. So, if you're struggling in a game, you can press the Xbox button, and aside from there being options to capture this or like get a screenshot or um, do a recording, there is an option to search. And when you press search, it'll bring up a little uh, bar, like a little text bar, and you type in what you're struggling with. And the downside of that is that you have to use the keyboard, which is just like using the joystick to go up, down, left, right, select stuff.
Yeah.
In the next Xbox, what I would love to see happen would for the controller, not a Connect, not an accessory, in the controller, include a tiny little microphone and a tiny little speaker. And that might sound crazy, being like, what? You're going to put a speaker in the controller? You're going to put a microphone in the controller? You can't do that. That's what,
PlayStation's already done it, right?
yeah, PS5's got it. But I would love to see that feature in an Xbox controller because then you could use the Copilot accessory to do voice dictation and speak, to it that way. Press the Xbox button, say, "Hey, I'm stuck on this level," and then have it like read the screen and then like speak it back through the little speaker in the controller. That would be legit.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that. But like having it be like its own separate beast, which that's how it's going to be because while I love Xbox and I love, Microsoft and them wanting to integrate everything, they do just add things as apps. So in order for they don't make it so that everything like works well together. So I'm afraid that what'll happen is when they integrate Copilot, like if you're stuck in a game, right? It's not like it'll just pop up. It's not like it'll pause the game and just pop up a little video of like the level and like how to beat it. It's like what I would bet money on. What will happen is you can ask Copilot, "Hey, I'm stuck on this level." It'll analyze the screen and then it'll pause and minimize your game and pop up YouTube. And then it's like then you have to switch back out of YouTube back into your game. Like it'd be better if it just did a little pop up showing you the video and then
Well,
just after the video
I think what
closed,
they've
it
talked about is it is supposed to just be a pop-up thing. It's not going to be something that takes you completely out of the game. They
I
say
mean that
that in beta on the ROG Ally X and the and on PC. So if you're playing on either of those items, maybe somebody give it a try and tell us how it worked out for them in the comments and what it looks like right now. Um, if I get a chance to put it on my PC, maybe I'll try it there. But
Yeah, and if Xbox and Microsoft want to give us a ROG Ally X just to test out the functionality and that,
sure, sure,
we would gladly take some free Xbox ROG Ally X's. But yeah, no, that's something that I would love to see. I would love to see it like just pop up, like pause the game, pop up something, like on top of the screen, like overlay it, and then once you've watched the video or whatever, have it just like minimize or close out and be gone and
right?
then resume your game. But like right now, like anytime you do anything, it just completely interrupts your game. Like anytime I do a screenshot, it pauses the game, minimizes it, and then takes me to the screenshot gallery to like edit things and like, or if I do a recording of a like interesting part of a game I'm playing, it'll close out, open up the video editor. I'm like, okay, I don't really care this much, but I guess this is what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But
As long as it doesn't jump in and interrupt, like, hey, could I make a suggestion for you while you're playing the game? As long as it can just be something in the background that I can ask for when I want to use it, fine. But if it becomes, like a pop-up kind of thing that interrupts your playing, I will be so pissed off.
yeah, and for all of you watching the video, let us know do you like Copilot? I mean, I've seen a use for it, but would you like to see Copilot in gaming? And if so, would you be okay with it being like how it is now, where it like stops your gameplay and you have to do things like you have to switch tasks? Or would you want it to be more of like a screen overlay where it just pops up a video? Or something that I would think would be cool is if like I'm playing the game, right? And I'm like, I have no idea where I'm going. If I could ask Copilot, be like, hey, help me figure out a way out of here. And like if it did it to where like it analyzed the game and like looked up in the background how to get out of whatever level I'm in. Like let's say it's a puzzle section or whatever. If it could like do a little kind of like double dragon arrow at the top of the screen being like go there,
Right.
that would be cool. That'd be
A little
helpful.
cursor that points the direction somewhere on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just be
that'd be
like,
interesting if it could go that far. And who knows, maybe they'll even incorporate it into some accessory, kinda like what was the Razer little holographic character that was your AI accessory for gaming. I can see
yeah,
them, here's another accessory that you can make money on, I'm sure, and people will buy something like that if you make it cool enough.
yeah. I mean, that'd be cool. I'm still on the fence about that, about the Razer accessory
Oh,
because
I'm not spending the money on that.
it depends. It depends on how much it is. Because like I've
It's
mentioned in the
Razer, it'll
past.
be overpriced.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like Razer, they do make some cheap like budget stuff, but then they make some really high end expensive stuff. So I'm kind of like, is it gonna be like $100, $200, or is it gonna be like $600? Because if it's $600 for a little tube AI thing that just
Yeah,
like says, oh hey, that's if you go to the right, that's where the like let's say we're playing Gears of War 6. If it's like, oh, to the right is where a cog tag is, I'll be like, oh, okay, that'd be cool. But
yeah.
if it's like $600, I don't need six to spend $600 to have someone tell me what to do. I already got a wife for that.
Another announcement we've had in gaming news is Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight has gotten not pushed back, but actually moved up a week on its release date. So they'll be releasing it a week early on instead of May 29th, it will be May 22nd of this year. And then if you ordered the deluxe edition, you can get early access at May 19th, which I've never really understood the whole, hey, let me pay a little extra to get 3 days early on my release.
Well, a lot of the times it's not just to get it a little bit early. It's usually for
No,
like,
it's skins and
and
other
usually,
little cosmetics and things like that. There's usually or maybe even like in what was it? Star Wars Outlaws, you got like a whole level that you could play,
yeah. Yeah, a lot of the times those deluxe editions include season passes, which is the only reason I get those. Because I'm
Right.
like, it has the season pass, which will come out, which will guarantee that I'll get the next like 2 or 3 DLCs, fine. But yeah. So if it's just like a skin based or like a weapon pack deluxe edition, I don't care. But if it's got season passes and stuff, fine. That's
Yeah.
usually the deal breaker for me.
But still, I'm looking forward to it. I like the Lego games. They're fun to play and I can play them in front of or with the grandkids. So that's always good.
Yeah, I mean the Lego games, especially Lego Batman, those are fun games and I
Oh
don't want
yeah,
to
the
say
humor
they're
is really good in them.
yeah, and I don't want to say they're button mashers, but like you kind of destroy all of the environment. So,
Yeah.
there's no real wrong way to play it. I mean,
No, you
you
can
can
destroy it
essentially
and then
lose.
rebuild it. So it's cool.
Yeah.
A game that's actually been out for a while, I've played it through at least once already, is Cyberpunk 2077, but it's come to Game Pass now, which that's a pretty good size get as games go for Xbox Game Pass. That was a big game, and now it had some glitches when it first came out, but they really overhauled that game and made it within the next year or so, made it something spectacular. And I believe they got another DLC coming out for it shortly. The last one was really good. So I've got high hopes for that. And I hope they make another one because, Mike, I don't think you've played that one yet, but I'm telling you, you've got to get on that game. That is an amazing game.
Okay. Yeah, I do have the Cyberpunk game and it's sitting on my backlog. I've played it a little bit, but just not enough.
And then the last thing I have is new information coming from Starfield. I highly recommend you wait until they've done these new updates because there's going to be a lot of quality of life things in the updates that I think is going to make it a much better game to play. They'd already released Shattered Space DLC, which got mixed reviews. Some people liked it okay, but it wasn't the greatest thing they'd released. But not, it's nice to have something else new come along and they're still supporting the game. The Trackers Alliance, where you basically get some bounties that you go bounty hunting, they're adding new bounties, and that's available now. So you can actually go in there and download whatever. I think that's a free download there, upgrade. And you go chase these other, I think it's like 5 new bounties they've added. So that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that part of the game that they added. On April 7th, they're gonna add free lanes, which will be it has to do with traversing the planets and, like, before you could kinda fly up to a planet and fly, scan the planet and then land on the planet. You didn't have a lot of control to fly all around it. It was a very limited space. You didn't really feel like you could go all the way around the planet and stuff. Now you can go flying through space. If you see a planet off in the distance, you can literally just fly straight to it. May take you a little while, and it has
Hmm.
a whole nother thing where you can put it in autopilot. So it's doing that, and you can get up and walk around your ship and do other things in the ship, like say go to a part of the ship where you can upgrade your weapons while it's flying to this other planet and talk to the crew in there and things like that, building the relationships up with your crew. So, I mean, a lot of other little quality of life things there too. Like I think they're adding a new vehicle that you can, rover to go around on.
That sounds familiar, plot a course to another planet, walk around, talk with the crew while while Joker drives the ship, and you can go talk to Liera and Caden. Oh, wait, that totally does exist.
Something similar, yes. This is a little more Fallout feeling because you're able to, well, one, nobody else is flying the ship. The ship is flying the ship when you get up and walk away.
Oh, great. So now Joker doesn't even have a job. Now I just
Joker's
gotta
out
go
of work. Yes, we don't need
I
Joker.
just gotta talk to Liera and Caden and, uh, Rex and,
Rex, yeah. I don't
Legion.
know the other ones. I think there's a new companion being added with that, and then I think there was some shipbuilding and base building stuff that may be added as well. And then the next DLC, which is also on the same day, is the Terran Armada. Now that looks pretty good because what it is basically another faction within the Starfield universe there that's coming in. It's pretty much all I don't know if they're Terran and actually humans behind it, or if the robots have just taken over and but it's basically a force of robots, kind of like the Cylons that have taken over, kind of thing. And you see the robots coming, and they're gonna say they can run the galaxy better, so they're gonna straighten things out and take over. So you've got a new enemy to fight. They look kind of like they don't look like Cylons. They look like the
Geth?
huh? No,
Like
not even like the
like
Geth. They're more human designed looking because they're
oh,
less organic and all that. I'm trying to think. And what was it? Secret Level on Amazon Prime that had one of the little skits in there that was you had like the mining robots that revolted against the humans, and then we're putting like the arena combat. They look like those robots. Is what they look like
uh,
to me. But it also brings in a whole lot of new weapons. People were kind of wanting guns that were more typical guns like you would have on Earth and that kind of thing that are bullet firing and that kind of thing. So it's bringing that kind of gun into it. So there'll be a whole slew of new weapons and upgrades, and they're bringing in a new material that you can mine and find and that kind of thing that you can use to upgrade your weapons even further than they were before. So a lot of quality of life upgrades that just bring up the level of play and the immersion into the game and just make things a lot easier. Now, the one thing that
okay.
people were looking for was like quicker or shorter or non-existent load screens in this, and that's probably not something you're going to see. They are making it so like where your ship is flying to the other place and you're getting up and walking around, you can do things during the load screens, so it doesn't feel so much like a load screen.
Okay, that's cool. But, yeah, with all that, let us know, are you excited about any of these games coming out or being released for Game Pass or having DLC? Are you
Yep.
excited about Lego Batman? Are you excited about, Cyberpunk coming out on Game Pass and PC? Or are you excited about, the Starfield DLCs?
Which
Let
is
us know.
also one more thing I forgot to put in there. Starfield is also on that same date, April 7th. Yeah, April 7th is releasing on PlayStation. So all these people who've been waiting for the last 2.5 years, I think, since Starfield released, will be able to finally get to it on PlayStation. So that's a big deal for PlayStation fans.
Well, that's cool, yeah, definitely Xbox sharing a lot with PlayStation. I wish it
Yeah.
was reciprocated, but, whatever. Alright,
Well, thanks for joining us. Like Mike said before, like, subscribe, and leave us some comments. We'd like to know what you think. And we'll see you next time. Later.
peace, shepherd.